Hi, my name is Liz Boggs, and today I'm going to show you one of my absolute favorite ferments, which is fermented eggs using beets and rosemary. So what I did for sake of time was I just took a regular old onion. This is actually much larger than the one I had. About half of this would work. I'm going to make a quart today. So I took the onion, I chopped it. Doesn't matter how you chop it. If you want to chop it really fine, this is about the size that I used. So I'm going to put those onions in a bowl, and then I took beetroot, just fresh, raw, and I chopped that up. So I'm going to put that as well into the bowl here. I happen to have a little bit of my dried rosemary left. You can use fresh or dried, whatever you happen to have. And I sprinkle some of that over there and mix it in. Super easy. Earlier this morning I got a couple dozen eggs for my chickens. I was so stoked. So I decided to hard boil half of those. And so I peeled some of those eggs that I hard boiled this morning, and I'll be using those in this recipe. So I have my quart jar. I'm going to pack some of these onions and beets into the bottom. Then I'm going to add an egg, add a splash of beets and onions. I'm going to add an egg to the other side. Add some more of this wonderful mixture. I'm going to start packing it in a little bit. Add another egg. Pack some more. Push it down. Another egg. And pack that in. You can see I will have some left over. And that's just fine because I can use it in my salad for lunch. So my goal here is to put at least an inch of headspace at the top. So I'm packing it down to make sure I can keep the brine above the level of the ferment. I'm going to put a little bit more in here. Pack in around the egg. Push it down. Wonderful. So before the video I took some water, some filtered water, and I put a tablespoon of my Celtic sea salt, and I let it sit so it could absorb most of the water, and I'm just shaking it up again. I'm going to use this as my brine. And sometimes I just tap it gently just to get all of the air pockets out of there, so the water, the salt water, covers everything. All right, so that's perfect. I happen to have a glass pebble here, and I'm going to use this to make sure that all of the onions and the beets stay below the brine. I obviously fill the brine a little bit too high on that, so I'm really not that worried. I'm going to just shave a little bit off. So now my glass pebble is pushing everything below the level of the brine, and I can put my lid on. Now I'm going to just put this finger tight. I don't want to put it super tight because I want the CO2 to escape. That's produced by the lactic acid in here, and I don't want the air to flow in. So the last thing I'm going to do is make sure I label it with today's date and all my ingredients, because I generally tend to switch it up, and if I love this one, I want to keep it again for next time. So that's it. Those are your fermented pickled eggs. These are some that I completed a week ago, and that's why I decided to make more, because this lasts my family 4 or 5 days, and it's gone. That's how wonderful they are. I hope you enjoyed that and you learned something, and I'll see you next time.